Okay, so I was gonna blog from the outside because it's Spy Wednesday, and I thought what better time than to be outside. It is really, really, really cold outside, so I chickened out and I came into the car where it's heated and there's butt warmers. So today is Spy Wednesday, and it's called so because today is the day that Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 coins of silver. That is in Matthew chapter 26, verses 1 through 16. So my verse that I've really been contemplating a lot on today is Matthew chapter 26, verse 15, and it's where Judas is saying, "How much will you give me if I betray him?" And I thought, how much is your soul worth? So I am always feeling like I'm burdened down with anxiety, with fears, with despair, and so many times I'm allowing that to be what is purchasing my soul. So there's so much that I don't allow myself to live in that freedom. I don't allow myself to truly be limitless, to truly be faithful, because there are so many times that I am ye of little faith. So today, as I was preparing for a meeting that I had with the kiddos that I do youth ministry with, I thought of doing an activity in which you do 30 coins. I did this in my prayer journal, and I'll actually put that down below, I'll include it towards the end. But I did 30 coins and 30 pieces of silver is what I did. But then I put what has been causing me or costing me peace throughout my life. So, or throughout this time period in my life. So for me, it was anxiety, despair, anything like that. Anything that has been costing me my peace, I put it down in one of these coins. Then I went over them, and every time I went over them, I prayed, my trust in God is not for sale. So I just continued. Every time I covered up one of the coins, I said, my trust in God is not for sale. My trust in God is not for sale. And some of them were like my health, the health of my loved ones, my fears, my anxieties, whatever it might be. So along the way, I was going every time, and I was just going, my trust in God is not for sale. And I just kept putting it, and I just loved it, because I thought, so many times you feel that you are kind of overburdened, but I think it's just that you get into that state of that there's so much to do, or there's so much going on. And I think there's time in which you need to really sit and say, what is costing me my peace? So that was my 30 pieces of silver today, is I will not allow my soul to be sold for something as silly as anxiety, for something as silly as being jealous or envious, or being unsure of who I am. So I put all of that down, and I just continued to color them in. And as I was doing this, I was also thinking about how there are Judases in my life. There's always, like hashtag haters gonna hate. But amidst those haters, there's some good people. There's some really, really good people out there. There are some people who have my back 100%. So my husband's a police officer, and I got your six is I got your back. And there are so many people who have my six. They are right behind me. So as I was preparing for today, yes, Judas betrayed Jesus, and he is one of the apostles. However, as you are looking kind of into where you are in your life, and who your friends and your family, or who your circle is, I think it's also important to remember that there are some stellar people. There's always going to be, people who are out there to just kind of destroy, or who are out there to just dislike, or to feed off of anger, anything like that. But there's so many other good people that I don't know if they really, does it count? Does it matter? And so I do want to, in a special way, pray for those who have any kind of anxieties in their life right now, any attachment, certain, vices, anything like that. I also want to pray in a special way for all of those friends out there who sometimes feed off the negativity, or they kind of portray that. And then also for all of those friends in our lives who are stellar, amazing people. And I also want to say a prayer for all of those individuals who are, who are in the dark right now, who are perhaps contemplating suicide, who are contemplating self-harm. So I want to add that prayer here, and I'm going to include it down below. So these are the 30 pieces of silver I talked about in the earlier part of the video. So the left is not all the way shaded in. The Bible verse is Matthew 26, 1 through 16, and these are my prayers. My God, I pray for the Judases in my life that I may be the light to their darkness. I pray for the St. John, St. Mary Magdalenes, and the Mama Mary, who are ever present even in the midst or times of my suffering.